Good morning, evening, or night, and welcome back to the Jules Conversation. Today joining me is a very good friend of mine, Raheem Walton.
I'm glad that you consider me a really good friend. Aww.
Yeah.
Hello, guys. I'm Raheem. Nice to meet you guys, even though you're listening on YouTube. But soon to be Spotify.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Hopefully. Yeah. Also joining me today is Cesar, once again.
Yeah, howdy, y'all. Y'all know about me from the first podcast, but I'm glad to be back.
And the second one. You were major in the second one.
But that one isn't out yet.
No.
Well, I mean, by the time that this one's out.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Sneak peek, if you listen to the second one, you will get to know my Subway order. So.
Oh, yeah. Good incentive. Awesome. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Raheem, you're really big on, like, luxury brands.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does it mean to you as a minority in America to walk around with that on?
Honestly, I don't put too much thought into it. Like, I just kind of just wear whatever the fuck I want to wear and just kind of go about. Like, I don't really like... I mean, I do flex it, but then I'm, like, also just, like... Okay, yeah, like, I have this, and, like... It's just, like, what it is, like... And that's, like, pretty much it. Like... And I don't really, like, care too much, like, specifically for, like, luxury, like, shoes. Because, like, for example, like, I have a pair of Golden Gooses, pretty expensive shoes. I consider them, like, one of my beaters. Like, I don't really care for those. My Alexander McQueen shoes, I cannot fuck those up, honestly, because my dad, like, might fucking kill me, and he already tried to kill me on Christmas. Okay, funny story about those. So, I originally, like, wanted another pair, and when I got those for Christmas, like, I guess, like, my face just, like, shifted, because, like, I was, like, caught by, like, shock, and he was, like, well, my mom was like, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing. Like, this just, like, wasn't, like, expected. And my dad made a smart-ass comment and was like, it's okay. He doesn't like them anyways. And I sat there, looked at him, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with, like, oh, my God. But, like, I appreciate the shoes, like, to death. Anyways, it's not, like, plain topic. But personal, like, belief, like, I genuinely don't feel like luxury defines, like, who I am, even though I like it, just because I'm an expensive bitch.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, this kind of reminds me of something I heard. I'm not even sure. I think it was.
What'd you hear about me?
No, not about you, Raheem.
Who sent you?
Your haters.
I have a lot of those.
No, it was somebody said, like, you can clearly tell when somebody is wearing an outfit and when the outfit is wearing them.
No. That is so freaking true. It, honestly, because I'm, like, such, like, an observant person. Mm-hmm. So I'll, like, look at, like, what somebody's wearing, and the first thing I would probably notice is how they walk. Because the way that somebody walks can actually say a lot, and then going into that with their outfit, like, you can tell if somebody is probably, like, overly confident in their outfit, but it just, like, doesn't look good. And, like, you can tell if someone is, like, really, like, nonchalant about it and just, like, you know, wear it because they fuck with it and, like, all that. And you can just, like, tell, like, if someone's just, like, trying to put it on just to, like, put on, like, a fake persona, or, like, try to, like, make it seem like they're that bitch. And then there's also those people who just, like, can't fucking dress.
True.
But, like, you can see it in their walk. Like, it's sort of like a confidence thing. Like, you can see if somebody's, like, confident in, like, what they're wearing, and, like, that can help you, like, differentiate, like, if they're wearing the outfit, or if the outfit's wearing them.
How would you pinpoint a confident walk?
So personally for me, like, when I walk, if I'm, like, not really, like, super comfortable in the outfit that I'm wearing, there'll be, like, certain gestures that I do, or, like, the pace of my walk and, like, how I walk. So, I mean, I know I do this like with like most of my outfits. Like I just like maybe like cross my arms or like, or anything like that. But if I see someone is like confident in their outfit, they probably will walk with a lot of assertiveness, and kind of just like in their facial expression too. It's just kind of like nonchalant, but like if someone's like not really like that confident in their outfit, like they'll probably do like what I do and like cross their arms or like or just like not walk with like a certain like pace that kind of like matches like their vibe with like the outfit. It's like most people like probably won't get it. If you get it, you get it. This is just like my
The girlies that
mindset.
get it. The ones that don't.
Yeah.
There you go.
Girls who get it. Girls who don't. But that's just like how I observe it, and like, and honestly, like you can just tell if like somebody just like doesn't like their outfit, and yeah, I always have my eye out for Selena.
Yeah.
Always.
What do you get out of it?
What do you mean?
Like, whenever you wear what you wear, because you said that you just wear it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get out of that?
Like from how I feel, I don't really get anything out of it because, again, I don't really give a shit about what I wear. However, to other people, they sort of like, I wouldn't say like glorify, but they will speak very highly of how I dress and how I present myself. And I mean, I don't really like take that in because like, okay, like you compliment my outfit, like okay, like I don't care on it. Like I don't really care about outfits.
Side note: shout out to Raheem for styling our friend.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best he's looked.
Yeah, for real.
That one night.
I'm great at what I do.
Yeah.
You are.
No, yeah.
It was a great outfit.
Uh-huh.
Let me kind of move on to a topic that I want to really talk about with you. What is a luxury?
It's a great question. Damn, I kind of had to think about that.
It's okay.
You know, like, this might not be where he was thinking, right? But I think the term luxury is so dependent on what you need at that time. And then, you know, you could argue, like, do you need anything that's luxury? But diamonds are luxury, you know, like diamond rings, I don't know, diamond tiaras, whatever. But, like, if you're in a hot desert, a bottle of water is going to be, like, a luxury item to you.
Yeah, honestly, a luxury is kind of what you make out of it. So, like, I would say, like, my phone is, like, a luxury to me. That's a way that I'm able to... And, like, I cherish my phone for, like, many reasons. Like, not to say, like, I'm addicted to my phone, but it's a way that I'm able to communicate with people that I'm not able to see on a day-to-day basis all the time. Like, my phone is my luxury to contact my parents and talk to them, see how they're doing, to be able to like communicate with my friends back home, or, you know, friends that are away in schools across the country, or like my friend that's in Spain right now. Like, that's like a luxury to me. Friends are a luxury to me. Like, that's something that you can cherish. Like, luxury is just like what you make of it, but like if you're speaking into like kind of like modern standards, like luxury, honestly, anything expensive and shit that looks nice or shit that looks ugly, just anything expensive in general, to be honest.
2 points I want to bring up on the same note that Raheem was talking about, like luxury is what you make of it. Like, I would say that this podcast, or like the equipment that we have for this podcast, is like a luxury.
Oh, yeah.
We're like 19 freshmen. Like, we should not be able.
Not me though.
I'll say
Oh,
18.
okay.
Yeah, 18
The
junior.
majority of us in here are 19.
Like, we should not be able to like have this kind of production quality, but like the school is like giving us access to it. And, like,
Right.
But why shouldn't we be able to have this?
not that we shouldn't, but like, if I go to like another 19-year-old who wants to make a podcast, they would not have the setup.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, from that perspective. Okay. Yes.
But you know, what do you think about? Because there's like luxury brands that are really well known, like, I don't know, off the top of my head, like Versace or Gucci or Prada or whatever the heck, that are like that. Their target audience is people who like cannot afford that but want to look good. Whereas there's like luxury brands or high-end brands that you wouldn't even give like a second thought and be like, oh, that's just like a plain t-shirt, like that's just like it's a nice dress, but it's not like a luxury dress.
Mm-hmm.
Or in reality, like, it's really expensive.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what like the big ballers wear.
Yeah. It's kind of weird because there's so many brands that will like sell certain items that is literally like you said, like a plain fucking t-shirt.
Yeah.
And will charge you fucking $90 for a white t-shirt that probably feels like you're wearing fucking plastic on your body.
Like a Fruit of the Loom.
Well, honestly, like Fruit of the Loom is like so much more comfortable
No, it is.
Yeah, in comparison, yes. Yeah.
over a white fucking t-shirt that you will buy at Nordstrom's. Like what? Like,
Yeah.
that's weird. But like brands that are like actually like on and poppin' probably will always be on and poppin', like
Mm-hmm.
Louis Vuitton,
Yeah.
Gucci, Alexander McQueen,
Mm-hmm.
just like the list goes up, like Balenciaga, like,
Yeah.
well, let me separate Balenciaga from those three because a lot of people are like wearing it high end. Like, honestly, like you'll see anybody like wearing those.
The Balenciaga shoes.
Vlad.
No
Which
hate
is-
on Vlad.
Which is no hate to him. Like, Vlad, if you're listening to this, which you probably won't, but love you, dog. And he fucking wears Balenciagas as his beaters.
Yeah, the Balenciagas are the beaters.
What? Anyways, like, you can literally see anybody wearing those. Very rarely will I ever hear somebody say, "Oh yeah, I'm wearing Prada or Burberry,"
Mhm.
or like Bottega or what's the other one? Adrian Martiello. Like Adrian Martiello. I forgot how to pronounce his last name. Anyways, like there's just like so much like a differential status between the brands.
Yeah.
Some are like pretty low key, some are like
Yeah.
super hyped
Yeah.
and popular, and like honestly, personally for me, I don't like high-end popular shit. Like, that stresses me out. Like, when I go to the mall, like, back home, because, like, there's, like, a Louis Vuitton store, Burberry store, Gucci store. Like, if I had the money, I'm going right over to Burberry. Because don't nobody be in Burberry.
Nope.
But all the bitches be out there filling up the whole fucking walkway trying to get into Louis Vuitton and Gucci. And I'm not even going to lie, the shit is kind of not looking good.
No, it doesn't. Most of the time, it is not.
Now, like, Nicolas, dog, you're gonna have to get it together. I know you're the creative director, but you're gonna have to get it together, my boy. Because I used to like you.
Yeah.
I used to like you, and I still do. But get your shit together. And Gucci, we're not even gonna get into Gucci because they are low key a little racist. But that's a topic for discussion for another day. You know.
Yeah, also, quick note: no shame or no shade if you do buy like these brands, but my point is that you are paying, like, the price you pay is like for the name / design / whatever, like very recognizable patterns / colors, whereas that might not be the case for like these other obscure yet still high end brands.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was it.
I was gonna. So to kind of tone in what I think a luxury is, I really like Tyler the Creator. He uses luxury in a way that I've never heard it used before, which is he basically uses it to say it's something that, like, well, the way that I interpreted it, it's something that you don't like. It's not expensive per se, but it's something that keeps you going. It's like your drive, like what you truly enjoy. And I really like that definition, as opposed to like the material luxury that we're used to today.
Material girl.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
We had the same thought.
Yeah. But no, how do you feel about that, Raheem?
Oh, like, I 100% agree. I mean, that was kind of what I was talking about, like, when we first brought up, like, what is a luxury, and it's like kind of like anything you make of it. It's, what it's like your motivator, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, you're a man of wisdom.
He is.
I fuck with you. I'm a fuck with you.
Yeah.
So, and you kind of answered this, but I want to see if you give a different answer. What is your luxury?
My answer still stands.
The phone.
The phone.
And friends.
And
And
friends,
family, obviously. And my dog.
The dog. What's your dog's name?
Rambo.
Is
Like,
it
after like
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone, like
Of course I know Rambo.
the movie.
Is it a big dog?
No, he's like,
Oh.
it's so funny. Okay, my best friend has a pit bull, and the size of her dog is what my dog is actually supposed to be, but the size of my dog is the size of what a pit bull should be. So, like, it's just kind of like...
Hold up now.
It's
Wait a minute.
really-
Hold on.
it's weird.
Okay. So your dog is smaller than it should be, and your friend's dog is bigger than it should be?
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
They traded.
Yeah. I don't know if you had any more questions, but on the way to this building, I was thinking, like, what are my red flags in friends
Oh,
/
yeah.
friendships?
That was a conversation we were having with Carmen
Yeah.
last week's guest.
Bitch, you always try to make out with me.
Who?
Who? What?
Not
You, Cesar.
who are you talking? No. No. Okay.
I swear this man
Okay,
the other
no,
day
no,
was
no.
like, no, let me finish. This man the other day was like, Raheem, give me a smooch. I was like, no.
Raheem. Okay. You have to realize this. For those who don't know, Raheem is a new roommate. Like, he came in this semester. So last semester, I'm just so used to, like, the whole friend group being affectionate with each other. So when you don't do it, like, now I've gotten used to it. But when you don't do it, I'm like, what's up? What's up?
What's this about?
My love language is silence.
It's not a love language.
It's not saying about that. It's not a love language.
It's not a love language.
I don't give a fuck. It's silence.
No, but yeah, that's my explanation. That I'm usually affectionate with my friends.
Yeah, I'm just not a super touchy person.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I mean, like, I'll give people hugs.
Mm-hmm.
I get hugs.
I mean, I hugged Cesar before.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
nothing
I don't
new.
feel special anymore now.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oh my gosh.
but like, I don't really like show affection like that.
Yeah.
I mean, my affection is probably me being an asshole.
You said that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
You
if
know-
I love you, I'm an asshole.
You know, there's kind of switching the conversation, but there's people who, like, have really good friendships, and because of, like, that faith in the friendship, they can be assholes to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they have good vibe. And then, like, other people will see and then try to be an asshole to them. Because it's like, oh, it's funny, it's whatever. But
And it doesn't work
It's like
out.
not
No.
even, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's Cesar. After knowing you for the 7 months I have, like, we're at that point where I'm just like, like, F you, dude. And,
Fuck
you know, it's
you.
like, I know that at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, no, we're just cool. That's just how we are.
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah. He's currently negotiating with our audio manager over what game they should play. Is it BitLife?
Yeah.
It's BitLife.
Oh, yeah, I love BitLife. It's so funny.
It's, so Torsi, when we're in the podcast room, Torsi plays on BitLife on my phone. And she has, like, OJ Hollywood Balls. That's the name of the character.
OJ Hollywood
And he's,
Balls.
like, massively successful. Like,
He actually just died, so...
Oh!
Update, OJ Balls just died.
And it's Hollywood Balls.
OJ Hollywood Balls died. And then when I switched, so he's, like, raking in millions, successful marriage, whatever. And then I switched to my BitLife character, and he's, like, 25, no job, no aspirations, dumb as fuck, ugly as, like... Nothing going for him. But okay, do you want to talk about the red flags?
Yeah, I kind of want to make it a more specific question. So you talked about your love language.
Yes.
So what are the red flags? We'll start with that. What are the red flags for a relationship with you? Welcome to Tinder on the Jules Conversation.
Welcome to Tinder.
The Tinder conversation.
Yeah, the Tinder
The
conversation.
Tinder conversation.
The Tinder talk. There you go.
The Tinder. Wait, hold up. We got to make it the gender conversation. No, I can't say because like J in front of Tinder.
J.
Yeah,
Who's
like
J?
replace the T with the J.
Gender. It sounds like gender.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh yeah, we can't.
But
we
it also
can't do
says
it.
like ginger too. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Anyway,
Okay, red flags in a relationship with me.
yeah.
Um.
Like, not your red flags, but like things that you would say are red flags.
Oh.
We
okay,
know
okay.
your red flags.
Okay, fuck you too. Jesus.
I'm
My
playing.
love
I'm
language is
playing.
silence.
Yeah,
Red flag.
Yeah,
There.
yeah, guys. I've only been here for 2 weeks, and there has been a lot of shit that's happened, and they already know my red flags. Besties for the besties. Anyways, red flags in a relationship. I feel like every relationship's dynamic is different, so there's also like different red flags for every relationship. Because some relationships, like, they'll have red flags that others won't, but it like works perfectly well. But generally speaking,
Well, it's for you. What are your red flags?
I thought you were okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Not
in
about
general.
you, but about you.
You
like
that you
you're looking at
pinpoint
another
in other
person.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Clinginess.
Oh, expand on that.
There definitely needs to be a balance in a relationship where you guys are completely fine being away from each other for periods of time
Mm-hmm.
without an over affectionate need to have to see that person. Like, personally for me, I don't want to see the same person every single day. Like, I mean, if I was to get married, like, obviously I have to like sleep in the same bed unless like they, go on a trip or, something like that. But like, if like I was in a situation, I'd be like, okay, I'm booking a hotel. Bye. Like, whatever. Or kick them out. Like, it's like I need a break. But like I've been friends with. I mean, I'm still friends with these people who have been in previous relationships where their significant other is just extremely like clingy, and it kind of just takes away from like their social life, and it's like,
Yeah.
This person has a life too. Like, you can't just expect them to just make everything just about you. It's like, let them be able to be happy without you physically being there. It's kind of like, the love is still there unless like, your love for them dies off. But like, it's okay to not be with that person like every single day of your life. Like, that's just like, that's really annoying.
I think we're young, right? So I saw a lot of relationships like in high school where it was the exact same. Like, these people, in fact, I know a specific example where this girl started dating this guy and she lost all her friends. And like they ended up breaking up like a year and a half later, and it sucked for her. But and then on the other side, I was talking to somebody today that you know, they recently got out of a relationship, and it was because of the exact opposite reason. Like they didn't feel like they were getting the attention that a partner is, I don't want to say entitled to, but like deserves, because they're the partner.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's definitely hard to strike a balance, but you know,
Yeah.
there's room to play with.
Right. And there definitely needs to be a mutual understanding of like, you know, how much like quality time like you're willing to like spend with that person. Like if I get into like a serious relationship with somebody, I'm gonna be like, hey, like I am not going to like be with you like every second of every day. I'm probably not gonna see you every day. Like there's probably gonna be days where like I just like don't talk.
Mm-hmm.
So like anybody, unless like I actually have to, like that's just like being me, like being like transparent, just be like, hey, the clingy shit out of here, you know. But there just needs to be like a middle ground to like, you know, the quality time that you want to spend with this person, because you know there's always those people that, you know, just like me, doesn't want to be around their significant other 24/7 all the time. Like they want to be able to like have their own social life, or like have like, you know, just like their own personal time, because you know, really like you don't really need anybody to like make you happy. So if you want to be happy by yourself for a few days or a few hours,
Yeah.
go be happy. That's all that matters. But like a little significant other won't hurt anything unless they're really shitty for you.
I think that's something that people our age like have trouble with, that they don't know how to be alone.
Is giving ROTC kids in high school like
How do you figure?
like, you know, like when you see like the ROTC kids and like they're just like swallowing their significant other down like, in the middle of
What?
the- Have you never
Yeah,
seen
no.
that?
I
in
didn't
high
have
school?
I don't know what RTC is.
Okay, so ROTC is like this like program for people who want to like
Join
join
the
different
military.
areas of like the military.
Oh, okay.
And pretty much their affection is like they're literally about to get like deployed somewhere like across the
Yeah.
fucking world. Like their final goodbye for like another like 7 months or something like that. Like it's just like so weird. Like
Yeah, it's giving
their affection.
TJs.
It is giving DJs. It is definitely.
And it's just like it's a joke to like everybody else, but like they
Yeah,
they
no.
probably like are so like normal to it. But like it's funny to see, but it's also like makes you like reflect and be like, that's cringy as shit.
No, yeah.
Like personally for me, I would be like, ew, what the fuck? Like this is disgusting. Like why are you guys like literally like having like a whole like, and it's like not just like one couple, it's like multiple couples like in a line. Like
Yeah.
what is this, like an orgy or something? Like what why are
And
Y'all lining up for this shit?
y'all are like ew, like
the partner is like the pre-ex-wife.
Oh my gosh.
it's like really
No, not
getting
the pre-ex-wife,
flashbacks.
like the pre-military wife. There you go.
There we go. I was like, what?
Sorry, my bad.
getting flashbacks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
bad. Ooh, I'm trying to think of like another red flag I have for like relationships.
You know what? While you think of it, I'll share one that I recently realized was a red flag. And relationships and friendships. If we're talking or we're texting or whatever, and I have to feel, or like if I have to feel like I'm keeping that it's my responsibility to keep the conversation going, that's a red flag. You know what I mean?
True.
Like one, it's tiring. Two, I feel like I just got used to it, and it's hard to like pull myself out of that. Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like, be interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, on my end, I'm like, my red flag kind of connects to that.
Mhm.
And it's not being able to continue a conversation.
Mm.
Like, you know, if I'm going into a relationship, I don't want, you know, a one sentence, oh, you know, how was your day? It was good. Ha ha ha. I XOX you so much. Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
let's talk about something, bro. Like, I don't know, talk to me about fucking bricks as far as I care. Just talk, you know? But I don't, at that same point, I don't want it to be forced. It's just like, I would never enter into a relationship with someone who I felt as if I couldn't talk to, you know? So that's my biggest red.
Okay, another one of my biggest red flags for relationship is relationships that solely depend on sex. Like,
Is that a relationship at that point?
I was going to ask this.
Right.
Yeah.
right. So, like, personally for me, like, if you're literally just, like, with them because, you know, the sex is good, or you just like having sex with that person, honestly, that's just your friends with benefits. Like, it's not even like a relationship if like you don't feel any sort of emotions outside of sex, you know, because you can say a lot during sex and not mean it.
Yeah.
Just like how people fake orgasms and think that, you know, that they mean it, you know, but no, that's not the, hold on, I have to cough.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. there's their cough.
There you go.
But I was gonna bring up. Okay, so what's the difference between lust and love?
A huge difference. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
Well, I obviously there's a but like,
Yeah.
what would you say the difference is?
I think lust is a lot more common. Okay, obviously it's a lot more common.
Especially
And-
in college.
Yeah, especially in college. Like Raheem said, like if you're hooking up with a person and that's it, that's like lust is the basis of that friendship, relationship, whatever. On the other hand, I think that there can be lots of different types of loves. Like I would say me and Jules, like we share like a deep intellectual bond. And like I like that's a type of love for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also know people who I can like blab with for hours and hours, but when it comes to them like sharing their emotions or being like emotionally available, like they're the worst at it, you know? So, and on the other hand, I know people who like I can have like deep emotional moments with them, but like they're dumb as a rock, to put it lightly. So I think there's different kinds of love.
I feel like lust is definitely an aspect that leads into love. However, it's not possible to have love
Without
in
lust.
lust.
And?
In lust.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah.
Like, do they like kind of coexist? Not like they do, but they also don't. Like, love is not a part of lust. Well, maybe.
I feel like, okay, I was gonna say I think
I think it is.
there's a way for it. So let's say I'm in love with
I mean,
a person.
you can love, you know, the sex, but like love, like in terms of like a relationship, like you cannot like have love in lust, like.
I'm gonna okay. So let's say that you're in a relationship, right?
Which will probably never happen.
Yeah, I'm in love with my partner,
But
but I lust for us to be more. I am both in love and lusting at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like the major like factor of it being lust without like having love. You know what I mean? Like,
So, are you saying that they can't go hand in hand, or are you saying something completely different?
like okay, so lust is a factor of love in a relationship because like obviously you're gonna have sex. Like,
So, do you think lust is completely dependent on sex?
not completely dependent because there's also like different aspects of different things that go into love, and lust being one of them. However, like love just doesn't work the same. Like, it's not vice versa.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like one way.
I feel inclined
Favorite.
to say that lust is the base, like, to genuine love, right? I think lust is most times the basis of it, or like it like kickstarts it, jumpstarts it. But I also know instances where like two people like who have no like romantic attraction to each other, but because like they bond so well, like you're like, okay, like I never noticed this thing about you that I actually really like, you know, like in a romantic way. Does that make sense?
I'm following.
So, I mean, in most times you see a cute person and then you go up to them, and then if something flourishes, something flourishes.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you went up to them because you thought they were attractive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So.
And it's also like something that like you can get confused with so easily. Like people think that they're in love, but like really they're just like lusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
Which is really sad. Get help.
I want to say it's human.
Yeah, it is human, but like lust is such a, I mean, and so is love, but like personally, like lust is such like a dangerous thing to like mess around with. Because you can get yourself into some shit.
Yeah. I think if you don't know yourself, then it can get dangerous. But if you if you like know what you want and know who you are, I think, you know.
It's giving 50 Shades of Grey.
I think a major like player in the big difference that is lust and love are two things. It's A, obsession, and B, I completely forgot. And B, and B, vulnerability. You can't be vulnerable and also lust. But lust is obsession. That's my claim.
Yeah.
You think so?
I think that's the big
Yeah.
separation between lust and love.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Really gets you thinking.
Welcome to the Jules Conversation.
Tickles your brain a little bit.
Oh, a little ASMR with that?
Well, okay. In the context of we're in college and hookup culture is a thing, I'm inclined to say that lust is not obsession, because like one night stands are very common,
But I wouldn't even call that lust. I would just call that like being horny.
which is it not lustful to like?
trying to fuck.
I think it is lustful, but I wouldn't say it's lust. Like, I don't know. Like, I definitely see that side of the coin, which is like, yes, you know, in hookup culture, you could definitely, that's a easy way to define lust.
Yeah.
But I feel like lust is, as a concept, too powerful for it just to be that.
I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, red flag. I just thought of another one.
Oh yeah, hit it.
If everybody has issues, right?
No. Yes, yeah.
No, we're all perfect. No, everybody has something to work on, but some people don't want to work on them, which I would say in some cases is like, I'm not going to say it's valid, but like it's understandable that people need some time to even begin that journey. But if it like affects like your day to day and you're not actively trying to find some way to start that journey, which like I'm not the arbitrator of like how you start, but yeah.
I also want to tag into that where you're in a relationship and you have issues and you rely on your significant other to fix your issues for you.
Ooh, big one. Big one.
Yeah.
T.
At that point, that's not a relationship. You're using this person as a therapist.
As a therapist, yeah.
Yeah.
When people come to me, when
Yeah.
people come to,
Yeah, they do.
You gotta go.
I just gave Jules a look like, wait a minute.
Hey, yo.
When people come to me with like their problems, no, like when people tell me like, oh, like I tell my partner this and that, like I kind of like feel inclined to remind them. I'm like, do you seek help outside of your partner? Like, have you considered that you might be overwhelming them? You know, because they have their own issues,
Right.
You know,
Right.
and like, does that make sense?
No, I'm following.
But Yeah, like treating your partner as a therapist is, and it's sad because sometimes like your partner is the only person you feel like you have, and the only person you feel like you can trust in that time in your life. But definitely, it can definitely get overwhelming.
At what point does adoration become love with a partner?
Adoration. I think once you get past the honeymoon phase.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Expand.
As I know it, like the honeymoon stage is like a part of your relationship. It's like at the beginning where conflicts don't really arise, you know, either by like that's just the nature of the relationship at that point, or one or both partners are like choosing not to confront what might bring about an argument in order to like preserve the moment or just, you know, not make it messy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that in order for a relationship to actually grow into something deeper or more beautiful, you have to get past that stage. Like, you can't stay stuck in it forever.
I'm inclined to say that that's lust turning into love. An obsession of the good things in one another.
Well, how would you differentiate lust and adoration?
Adoration has more of a intimate nature to it, where lust can, but adoration has to. That'd be my 2 cents on that. But you're giving me a look.
What do you think, Raheem?
I have no thoughts whatsoever.
I just work here.
That's like,
Yeah, I just work here.
I mean, I like, okay, in my own definition, I like to say that I adore a lot of people, you know, like my friends, but I don't know if that fits within your, like, adoration.
well, intimacy doesn't have to be in a romantic way. Like, I am platonically intimate with you, if that makes
that makes
because
sense.
you know I'm comfortable enough with you to you know just be open, not vulnerable. Well, I do love you, but you know that's like in this sake, I'm able to you know be platonically intimate with you. You know, have conversations, feel as if you're there for me, and I'm here for you.
Yeah.
And that in itself is intimate to some sort.
Okay. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raheem, what are some green flags for you in a relationship? What do you look for?
No one talks about green flags enough.
Yeah. That's my red flag. People who don't look for green flags.
Green flags for me. Probably a healthy balance of, again, like understanding that you don't have to see your partner every day and they have a social life and you know they can do whatever the fuck they want to do as long as they're loyal.
Loyalty is a big one for you?
Yes.
What does it mean to be loyal?
Loyalty is honestly a spectrum. Because like you can be in an open relationship or an exclusive relationship, and the loyalty factor is completely like different. Because like with an open relationship, like as loyalty in that aspect, as long as you are open to your partner about the things that you are doing with other people, whether you're talking to them, like maybe like exploring with like other people while still having like the same energy and like love, affection, all of that with like, you know, your SO, that's loyalty to me. I mean, I really don't really agree with like open relationships like that. Like I don't know. It's just kind of weird. But as far as like exclusive like relationships goes, like let's say something happened and it could potentially fuck up your relationship, whether you decide to tell them or not. The loyal thing to do is to tell your partner, because you have that certain like level of trust, versus like you not telling your partner. Like that just seems like not loyal. Like It's not pushing P.
It's not.
Oh
no.
my gosh.
I have an opinion. About that. I think there's been times where I know that I'm right, but I know that the people that I'm talking with are not going to understand where I'm coming from. And so sometimes I take the executive, or like I took the executive decision to just, leave out some details to, like, I want to say spare them, like, the trouble of, like, going through that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense. I'm being pretty vague, but what was I going to say?
It's okay, baby.
But yeah, I do agree that, like, trust is a big part of loyalty, and if you feel like you can't be open, if you feel like you can't trust them with you, that's a red flag. If that makes sense.
Hey, we're talking about green flags here.
Yeah. My
Well,
bad.
I mean, it's okay. Flags are flags.
But if you
Yeah.
feel like you can trust them with you, that's a,
Right.
you know what I mean?
At what point does loyalty sort of push into being controlled?
I think that line is drawn differently by people.
What would you say your line is, if you don't mind talking about it?
Where where does loyalty turn into control?
Yeah.
Like, as in I'm being controlled, or
Yeah, as in you're being controlled compared to you're being loyal.
I think the basis for a lot of these questions are, like, communication. So if I'm open with my person, that, like, with my person about what I expect and what I can provide, then, and, like, it's reciprocated in that way, that's loyalty. But if I feel like I can't be myself, or, like, I get major FOMO, like, yeah, I feel like that's, and sometimes you can be blindsided by it, like, you'll be thinking, like, damn, like, I feel like I'm being controlled, and then you'll be like, wait, like, I actually, like, love spending time with this person,
Right.
But like I said, I think it's a blurry line that can change throughout the course of a relationship.
But also, like, straight out of the gutter, like, your significant other being like, you need to tell me everywhere you're going, time, like, who you've been hanging out with, like, all that toxic, manipulative shit. Like, they just said, fuck loyalty. You're my bitch.
Yeah. Do you think if your partner has deliberately been disloyal, I think that's the opposite of loyalty.
Unloyal.
Is it unloyal?
I think it's unloyal. Yeah, it's unloyal.
Has not been loyal with you.
Yeah.
Upon multiple occasions. Do you think that you have a right as the partner to sort of enforce a bit of control?
Personally, for me, I am not a controlling person, and I wouldn't try to be in a situation where if I feel like someone is being unloyal to me, like, I have to assert myself to, like, make sure that they're, like, not being loyal, because, like, honestly, if they're just not a loyal person, like, they're not going to be loyal to the next person. So, like, if I have a feeling that they're not being loyal, and, like, I find out that they're not being loyal, like, I'm not going to try to change that. Like, see you on the downside. Like,
So you think cheaters stay cheaters?
oh yeah, it's pretty much, like, in their instinct. Like, once someone cheats, like, I feel like that they'll probably do it again. And I've seen it multiple times. Like, people get cheated on, and then they go to a next relationship, and guess what happens? They cheat on that person.
I don't know
Or
if I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you want to?
Like, I'm not defending cheating, like, in any capacity. But there is a reason behind it, you know what I mean?
The reason behind cheating?
Yeah. Like, in some way, like, their, like, wants, or usually wants, not needs, like, needs slash wants aren't being met.
But then that needs to be addressed with that
Yes.
person's significant
Yes.
other, because if you're not happy in the relationship and you're not getting what you're wanting out of it, like, take that up with
Yeah.
your partner and leave your partner if
Yeah.
if they're not what you're looking for. Like, what's the purpose of cheating? Like, that's so stupid.
But because like, your needs slash wants can change and can be met, like, okay, let's say, I don't know, you cheat in a relationship because XYZ reason, right? Your next relationship might fulfill those, like, might check off every box, you know what I mean?
But like you said, your needs and wants will change. So let's say I want someone who isn't. So, like, let's say, like, I want, like quality time in a relationship. And then I'm just kind of like, quality time, like, is it for me? And be with someone, like, who doesn't really, like, want to give me, like, quality time. And then I go to that person. And you're like, maybe I want this. And then leave that person.
Well, that's
Maybe
where the
something like this.
communication comes in.
Yeah.
You said, like, you should communicate that to your partner.
Yeah, but not everyone, like, personally, like, if I'm not what someone is looking for, like, they're welcome to leave. I'm not changing myself for anybody else like that. Like, that's just kind of how it is. That's just personal, like, that's just personally me. Like, I'm already, like, a full developed person. Like, I like certain things in a relationship, and if, they're not what, like, if I'm not, like, what they're looking for, like, I'm not gonna, like, go for them. Like,
I'm gonna kind of step out on that, and I'm gonna say, not to bash your own personal beliefs, because that's cool. I completely understand your point, but for my beliefs, I don't see it. That is a huge red flag for me. People who try to change me. However, if I have committed to a person, and we are past just the lustful or overly admirous honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
If they say I need or I want this out of this, I'm not going to change for them, but I'll see what I can do to make them feel more loved or more admired from that perspective. I
Yeah.
wouldn't see it as changing personally.
right. But if you, like, also, like, going back on what you said, like, if, you try to sort of, like, meet your partner's expectations, and, like, let's say, like, you're not comfortable with it, like, then what's the purpose of, like, still trying to, like, still meet their expectations if like, it's not making you comfortable or, like, happy?
At that point, I'd say if I really loved you or if I really cared for you, I'd let you go. Because if you're not benefiting from this relationship, why would I keep you in something that you're not happy
And that is
in?
where I agree.
Yeah.
I think that people should be able to distinguish things that they will not change, or, like, that are integral to what makes them a person, and think, like, basically hard limits and soft limits, like, things that you can, like, sort of change and experiment with in any capacity of the word, and stuff that you just can't, you know what I mean? And I, like, if it's things that you can't change, or, like, if the change would cause, like, a fundamental shift in you, then, like, that's your cue to bounce.
Right.
But I don't know. I going back to what we were saying, I don't think a cheater is always a cheater.
I think it is possible to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, I don't know. like there's no way that your perspective on relationships is static through your entire life.
Well, okay. To kind of take Raheem's side on this, though I did just say people can change, it's a want to change that separates people who will or will not. Because cheaters will remain cheaters unless, you know, they don't choose to acknowledge it or they don't choose to change. Yeah.
You know, there was a. Do you watch Jubilee?
Huh?
Jubilee?
No.
Jubilee?
Negative.
Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. So they, it was basically like a group of cheaters, and it was like, okay, disagree, strongly disagree, agree, strongly agree with this statement, and it was like, so I remember one of the people that was there was like, I cheat to like let go of this like poison that was imbued in me by my partner who cheated on me. If that makes sense.
I'm following. It's really sad though, yeah.
Like sometimes, okay, sorry. Let's say we're in a relationship and someone like did you dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might want to like find a surrogate for that person. You know, like someone who is like them in like either personality wise or like looks wise, and do them dirty because you can't get back at the original person, if that makes sense.
But that's just like so fucked up.
Okay, you know what? A lot of serial killers do it. And I only bring that up because Raheem was like, I'm really into true crime and stuff, but a lot of serial killers look for surrogates of like either their ex-partner or even like their parents.
Yeah.
So I'm saying people do it.
Yeah. Not denying that, but it's fucked up.
It is. But it kind of makes you see it in a different way. It's like, you know, it's like the bully who hurts because they were hurt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I'm sorry, that just kind of made me happy that you brought up the serial killers.
Yeah, Raheem was into true crime.
I don't glorify serial killers, but it is extremely interesting to understand their mindset or like try to analyze their mindset, and then also kind of like follow their track in life with how did they grow up in their childhood and how that led to them being who they are, and then how that led them to be in the situation that they are now, which is either 1, dead, 2, life in prison, or 3, they're still on the run.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Do you ever wonder how many serial killers or killers you've like shaken hands with?
What in the, like 1 out of 10? Is that the statistic?
I don't know. Like
yeah, I think it was like out of your lifetime is like you've either interacted with or like walked past
there you go.
a serial killer like 1 out of 10 times.
Yeah, something like that.
Damn.
Yeah. Which is very hard because serial killers are very great. Hi, Torsi.
And welcome back in.
Sorry, Torsi just opened the door. Because it is very hard to distinguish like different types of people, especially like serial killers, because they are able to just change their persona to make themselves like a perfectly like quote unquote sane person or like a regular person.
Yeah.
But like really their actual like personality and like their actual like identity is shitty.
Have you ever seen Dexter? No, I think I already asked you this. Dexter?
I've heard of it.
It's like this serial killer, but he only hunts other killers. It's kind of like Batman in that sense. Not really, because Batman doesn't kill. But like, cause it's like an urge to him.
So that's just like a bounty hunter.
No, because like it's like a psychological urge. He's not getting paid for the shit.
Yeah, but like an unpaid bounty hunter, pretty much, who just wants serial killers dead. They're doing God's work.
Honestly.
A vigilante.
But my point is that, I think one of the first, the opening lines of the first episode is, he recognized that he has no empathy whatsoever,
Mm-hmm.
but he has worked, through the course of his life to, be, almost, pitch perfect. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
At some point, he is romantically involved with somebody, throughout, a majority of the series,
Mm-hmm.
and he, you can hear his, inner thoughts. He has no romantic attraction to her.
Interesting.
But he kind of has to keep the bit going,
Mhm.
to seem normal. He loves his sister. Come on.
But that's they're just so good at disguising themselves to be someone that they're not, and that's why it's just so hard to distinguish who's a serial killer or who's a regular person. It is so hard, and that's also why it's very interesting to for me to kind of analyze Ted Bundy.
Would we fall for Ted Bundy?
If he wasn't a serial killer or a shitty person or a
Uh-oh.
narcissist or anything like that, maybe.
If you met Ted Bundy at the boot, would you fall for him?
Cut the cameras. I plead the fifth.
Okay.
Where's my publicist?
On Lust, Loving, and Luxury with Raheem Walton and Cesar God. Once again, thank you so much for joining us, Raheem.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a great talk.
Yeah. Thank you again, Cesar, for showing up.
Yeah, of course. I'm
Like
here
my little
anytime.
co-host.
I actually sleep here.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. If you like the podcast and you'd like to hear more, consider subscribing. Leave a like, Follow our Twitter at JULCONVERSATION. That is Jules Conversation on Twitter for exclusive post and pre-content. Thank you all for listening, and see you later.
Ooh, that was smooth.
Thank you.